Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Blueprints. I did some rechecking of my work and doing some more work on the letters and the paintings, and I finally decoded it all, and I had a mistake. It now reads, if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So the dates are super important, and I've written down a list of a dozen dates that I've seen somewhere. But before we do any of that, to start things off, I haven't picked up my allowance yet. Oops. Well, let's not worry about that right now then. Just going to throw something in the wishing well. There's little birdies here. Hi, little birdies. Bye, little birdies. Okay, this is open, so I want to go over to the extra building and draft that to get things started, because it might be like a tool shed or something else great. There's birdies in the bird bath. Nice. Okay, trading post. Items for trade. Interesting. Root cellar. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. Oh, that's interesting. And a shelter protects you from negative effects of the next 3 red rooms that you draft. That one sounds useful, so sure, let's do the shelter. Why not? So, in any case, I want to try a bunch of dates on the gate. And if we get back to the office, I can also try it on the safe that's in the office. Alright, so in the shelter, the mighty shelter, there is a painting of a bird flying, okay, out to the sun. There's a computer in here? Really? The bomb shelter. Time lock safe. Tell me more. Unlock date and time. Can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, it remains open for 4 hours. Radiation monitor. If it's 12 microsieverts or higher, emergency protocols will initiate. All the doors in the house will automatically unlock. Experiments at Mount Holly's laboratory. Let's take a measurement. Beep boop, beep boop. 0.06 microsieverts. Nothing to worry about. And we could log into the network. I don't think there's anything I need to do on the network right now, so cool to have discovered another one of the computers. There's the time lock safe. Oh. And it really is. I wonder if there's anything inside of it. Okay, so unlock date and time at least 1 hour in the future. So is this like my own calendar? I'm not sure how this works. Like, I wonder if there's anything in the safe. I mean, I guess I could try this. Sure. So today that I'm recording is April 23rd. And an hour from now would be like... oh, can I only do by the hour? If I say 11 p.m., that's not an hour. If I say confirm... Oh, today's not April 23rd. Today is whatever day it is in game, I think. Alright. Do I remember what the date is right now? I do not. Let's, I could fool with that another time, I think. Well, I arrived on... somewhere around November 8th of 93 or something. And I'm on day 14, I think. So that would be like November 22nd. Okay, so let's do this. Let's change it to November. What did I just say? 8, 14, 22, 23. Let's make it November 24th at 1 a.m. Although it said it was only going to be open for 4 hours. Crap. Does it remember this? It does. I would come here at the beginning of the day, and the beginning of the day is like 8 a.m. So if I say 9 a.m., sure. We'll see if that ends up working. And another time I might be able to come back here and possibly get an item out of the safe. I don't know. Spent more time in that than I really wanted to. Okay, and we are protected from 3 red rooms. That was the whole reason I chose this, really. Okay. So, let's go to the gate and try a bunch of dates to crack the quote-unquote safe. That is the Orchard Gate. Also, I do want to go and see if these walls are still busted open. Since they are outside the house, they probably didn't reset. And I guess that's on the way to the orchard, so we'll go ahead and check it first. So if I come down here, yes, these walls appear to still be busted open. I'm not going to bother looking at the other one right now. Okay, so to the orchard. Now, the orchard was a 4-digit code. I only have a handful of years, but there's lots of months and dates, and so I presume it's going to be a month and date kind of thing. And I'm just going to have to try a bunch of combinations. So I'm going to get started on it and bring you back once I crack this thing. Alright, sadly it was none of the months and days that I tried, so let me try years. Well, sadly none of the things I tried worked. Okay. Guess we're doing something else. What is the something else? That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. I know a good something else. I was looking at the underground plans, and it seems like the fountain possibly leads to a staircase to the underground. So we should try to find the pump room and pump the water out of the fountain. So I guess that'll be my primary goal. We'll grab my allowance and just start drafting rooms. And I'll see you when I see you. Here's the indoor nursery. And here's a painting that I had misinterpreted that caused me to go have trouble finding what I was trying to solve in terms of cracking the 8 safes. Great. Oh, this is probably the book Red Prince that was the first of our mother's bookie books. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. Yes. Hello. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of canary or crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, This book is quite near you. In fact, in the same room. And he's looking at like page 2 or 3 of the book right there, I think. Actually, no. Does that page appear in the book? A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book. The red book we just read. Okay, that's the end of it. Looking at this one, there's flags and a red wagon. Are there flags and a red wagon on any of these? Yeah, there are. Okay. And yeah, that was like the second page of the story. Okay. So I did remember that correctly. And yeah, she said she wrote it about us, but it's actually political commentary, apparently. Okay. Neat. We have now read The Red Prince. Another Rubik's Cube. I probably should start taking screenshots of the Rubik's Cubes, because it's probably going to be important. Oh, and on the pause menu, it does tell me that it's day 14 that I'm resuming. So if I know what day I arrived, we should be able to math it out. Okay, so it still has some of the nursery stuff, but the cribs are now, gardening, nursery kind of stuff. Alrighty, Nito Bazito. I like this little flower pillow thingy. And when you draft another green room, 2 gems will spawn in the room. That's great. Okay, I'm going to go back to drafting. I drafted a courtyard, so I expect 2 gems to have spawned. Do they spawn back in the nursery rather than in the courtyard itself? That might be the case. Also, oh, those are lights. They look kind of like gold coins. I guess I'm still pretty close to the nursery, so let me just walk back there really quick and find this out, since I didn't read very closely, apparently. So, are there now 2 gems in here? Those are building blocks, not gems. You know what I should have done? What I should have done was pulled up the map and clicked on nursery. Whenever you draft another green room, 2 gems will sprout in this room. So yeah, it says in this room, and sprout. So are they actual... Ah, I see. They're plants that sprout. Okay. Now I understand. Okay. Back to my regular drafting already in progress. I'm about to enter the chapel. And sure enough, no ding, no loss of coins, thanks to the shelter. And here we go toward my goal, the pool. We'll add the pump room to the draft. And it looks like the water is still pumped out, so I guess the water situation like stays between days. So that's good to know. I'm currently here. Sure. Let's try going this way. Security has the most doors. Yeah, even though it's going to spend my last gem, I'm going to take security. And hope that we find some good stuff. I have access to a computer terminal. I don't think there's anything I really need to look at right now. Alright, I drafted the dark room, and it looks like the lights are on. So the dark room didn't hurt me in that regard. I was thinking the magnifying glass could be useful to come back to in here. I presume these are all the same photos. It seems like it is. Yes, I'll just work under that assumption for now. And yeah, I can't... the magnifying glass, it would be interesting to read what's on the heart on the tree. Just zooming in from my own video is insufficient to try to read that. I don't know that I've ever been in the furnace. Maybe I was once. This will be the third red room. So I think I won't actually be more likely. And I got some kind of vault key or something? Yeah, it is a vault key. 233. Alright, so if we ever find the vault, I can do that. I don't have a shovel to dig here in the furnace room. And looks like I'm gonna have to go out of the pool. I'm gonna potentially run out of keys here. Yeah, I'm basically dead meat already. This was not the best day. I'm gonna run out of steps just trying to get back to the entrance, so I'm just gonna call it a day. And we'll do a better job tomorrow. How does that sound? Alright, day 15. I'm gonna walk in and grab my allowance. Then I'm going to toss it in the fountain, as one does. Zing! And then I am going to run over to the outer building and see what we get today. Shrine, root cellar, and trading post. What's a shrine? Make an offering, receive a blessing. That sounds fun. Let's see what it's like. Alright, it's like a spooky cave. Make an offering of money to get a beneficial blessing that will last several days. Alright, so I'll say no thanks for now. But I could probably come back here if I get a bunch of money. Seems like it. Is it worth looking around to see if there's anything lying on the ground? Guess I might as well. Apparently I can step right over these candles. No problem. Okay, well we learned about a new building, even if it's not one that helps me right at the moment. I had ordered a package in the mailroom and it's been delivered. Let's see what we got. Amateur lockpick kit and gems. Neat. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Alright. Please pick up the things and the stuff. And any other good things for me? Are these interactable? Doesn't seem so. I got the pool again off the bat. So let's pick up the money in the pool. This time just 4 coins. But now we have a good chance of trying to draft the pump. And yeah, let's go ahead and go through the foundation. Sure. Oh, hey, look at this. I'm in the workshop. Page 8 is here again, but this time there is a K. Previously there was a G. Out on the patio, I found this that I hadn't read before, but it's information I already know about digging up dirt spots. Hey, and I found a metal detector. Great. Alright, I found a trunk in a courtyard. Here's what I've drafted so far. Let's use a key. I've got plenty because I've been picking locks with my witch-doodle, and it gave me a bunch of money. I did just come from a commissary, but it was mostly like keys and gems. Oh, I need a key card here. Well, rats. If I need a key card, then I think I'm stuck. Because I think this is my last doorway. Poop. No, by the pool back at the beginning. Okay. I will do some walking. So here's my final door. And the hallway could at least get me somewhere. The drawing room, I'd have a chance to re-roll and get somewhere. Let's just take the hallway and see what we get. In the hallway. Yeah, we already know we don't trust that. The observatory at least is not a dead end, and I have the gems to spend. So let's enter the observatory. Does that bring me to 3? It does. Remind me what 3 would get me? The slice, plus 3 steps. I mean, I guess I might as well look and take that, because I could use the steps right now, actually. Pretty low. Zig zag zoom. Alright. So we got our steps, and then let's hope that we find a pump or something in the next room. The attic, 8 items. I've never been in the attic before. We made it more common. I don't know that it's actually going to help me because I think I'm out of doors, but chance for 8 items. We got the key to the secret garden. A coupon book. Save 1 money on purchases you make at the estate. Okay, that's neat. Here is a photo we have not seen before. This might be me and my brother visiting the manor long ago. And look at this large portrait. Wearing the moon pendant, she is. And also the emerald bracelet. That was another item that we saw in the buy expensive fancy things place. And there's a bishop in here, just like the bishop is in the chapel. Okay, interesting. There's like a model plane. Here's a coin purse. Here's a broken whatchadoodle. Broken lever. There's a gem. And a red wagon. A shovel. I had found places to dig, so I could at least go digging. Another gem. I haven't been counting the items. I feel like I've already gotten 6 or 7. And maybe I did get 8, because I don't know that I'm seeing anything else in here. Seems like it was maybe just the 1 photo. Yeah, usual paintings. There's a swan. Oh, here we go. Surely I can read this. Yeah. This is a little bit hard to read. Dear Mrs. Marigold, thank you so much for giving our editors the opportunity to consider your illustrated children's book, The Red Prince. Unfortunately, I regret that have come to the conclusion that although illustrations are wonderful, we don't think the material is a good fit for Ruffington's current catalog. Therefore, we won't be pursuing a partnership at this time. Provide us with a return envelope. Your manuscript will be returned to you. Otherwise, it's been recycled. Thanks again for thinking of us here at Ruffington. Do not be discouraged to submit any work you complete in the future. Wish you every success in finding a home for your book. Thomas Yanders, editor, Ruffington Red Publishing, Children's Book Department, 205 Conchetta Court, and a zip. Change the ending. Too political is written in red. And also something in the upper right. The thing in the upper right is a date. It was April 12th, so that's another thing that I could try as a code on the gate. Alright, so I visited the attic. I now have a shovel and a bunch of other stuff. And so I could go digging in the courtyard or patio or something. Oh, I'm running out of steps, though. Got 18 steps left. Digging with the shovel. And just to verify, I'm out of doorways, right? There's a keycard doorway to the north of the courtyard, so if I could dig up a keycard, which I guess is a possibility. Oh, there's a, in the observatory, I had not noticed this. There's a night chess piece. I missed that the first time around. Alright, so once again, we did not manage to draft the pumping room. So instead, I'm going to go try April 12th, 0412 as a key code on the garden. And 0412 also does not work. Alright, so many dates, none of them correct. And so we soldier on. I decided to come through the sealed entrance again, and this is still moved, so that's very convenient. This, however... Oh, it is still open. So I can even go in here. Okay, so these things really don't reset at all. Could also go looking for objects in here. Maybe there's a key card lying around, who knows? Sadly not. And... yeah, I don't really think there's much else I can do with my adventure at this point. Yeah, we need to pump the water out of here at some point as well. And I imagine that's going to be all the same stuff. And this, yeah, have some ideas as to how we might get to another side of that, try to move things. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and call this one done. I presume this is all exactly the same. I might futz around with it a little bit on my own. Alright, I called it a day on day 15. Not especially lucky. I'm gonna take my chances and see if we can squeeze in another one. Allowance. Make a wish. Draft the outdoor room. Toolshed, 2 special items. That one treated us well, so let's do that one again. Metal detector, nice. Help me find more items. Thanks. A functioning metal detector. And what do we got over here? We got a spanner, we got a mop. Where's the other item? Oh, sledgehammer? Nice. Okay, both very good items. I'm happy with those. Let's head back to the manor. The black box is black. That is a true statement. So at least one of these must be false. The black box is true. If that were false, then this would be true, that the black box is empty. If this were true, then this would be true, that the black box is empty. But in order for it to be solvable, I think that has to be, this is true, this is false. Sorry. That would make this false, that the black box is empty, which means the black box has the gem. And that's the only one without loss of generality that could have it, since there's nothing to discriminate blue and white, so I'm pretty sure it's got to be this one. And it is. Very nice. Alright. Pick those guys up right at the start. Always nice to get some good stuff. Oh, interesting. I just picked up a magnifying glass and it talks about taking notes, and look, it actually explains how the billiard puzzle works. And what am I looking at here? Since something has many something secret something that will take to his something. Antechamber appears to be sealed by all 4 sides. Must be a way to open. Okay, that's interesting. I appreciate the fact that even on little things like this, like I hadn't really paid any attention to that before, but it actually had interesting information there. So that's pretty cool. I hadn't paid attention to dirigi blocks before, like dirigible, like a flying balloon machine, I guess. Interesting. There's a key card blocking my way on this branch, so I'm gonna have to go a different way. Oh, really? Unless I get a key card out of the bedroom closet, I think we're out of luck. We'll take our 2 items. I got a dice and a key. Well, I don't have any more doors I could use. So I think we're out of luck on this one. Okay, well, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Anything to look at with the magnifying glass here in this first thing? I wouldn't imagine so. Let me double check. Yeah, I didn't even have any interesting rooms with like photos that I could double check with my magnifying glass, I don't think. Snug little cottage. Alright, well, after some good luck days, we've now had some bad luck ones. I'm getting good items, but I'm not having great door luck, or I'm not drafting the banner as well as I should be. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's changed. But perhaps we'll have better luck next time. But for now, I think I've done what I wanted to do for tonight. So I'm going to say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day. And I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.